Welcome back. You're watching Market Sense Markets. Rajat, let's bring it back to you now. Mahindra Lifespace, a quick word from you on that stock. We've seen the market react fairly positively to those fourth quarter numbers that the company's put out.
Well, what I would say is that Mahindra Lifespace as a stock, it looks pretty good. In fact, it has been consolidating for a while, and now once it crosses the levels of say 410 to about 420, which is very close now, once that range is crossed, then Mahindra Lifespace can well move up to something like 450 to 470, and this overall chart pattern is looking pretty much positive, in the sense that if one is willing to take a position for the medium term or say medium to long term, then this would be a real good bet, and the target would be something like 495 to about 500. As a matter of abundant caution, I would say put a stop below 380 on closing price basis.
Okay, Raja, thanks for taking time out and joining in today. That's Mahindra Lifespace holding up in trade after the company reported a 29% increase in its fourth quarter PAT figure. We are now joined by the management. Anita Arjun Das, who's the CEO and MD of the company, joins in. Anita, hi, thanks for joining in. First, if you could give us an indication of how much was the entire land area that was sold, that is square feet, in the fourth quarter, and also what is the current inventory level with the company?
Yeah, we've seen sales over the year of about 1.4 million square feet, and the last quarter contributed to close to about 150 to 160 crores of sales out of this 1.4 million square feet, or 700 crores of sales that we did over the year. So it's pretty much been even through the year, 350 crores of sales in the first half and 350 crores of sales in the second half. At this point in time, we're looking at launching another 2 million square feet during this year, and are working on another 6 million square feet that would get launched over the year or next year. So all in all, we have about close to 8 to 10 million square feet under development or under design at this point in time.
Right. Now, Anita, while you've done well on the revenue front during the quarter, your margins have dropped by almost 4 percentage points due to higher costs. How should we expect margins to play out over the next few quarters?
Well, I think if you look at it on a Q-on-Q basis, it's obviously a function of different things like product mix that comes in, effective tax rate. If you really look at EBITDA margins for the year, then as against a 49% growth for the year on top line, we have a 45% growth on EBITDA. And if you look at it for the Q-on-Q basis, Q4, so a 36% growth on EBITDA margins. So yes, definitely lower than the growth in terms of top line, but that's been a function of some write-offs that we took at a one-time level on certain expenses, product mix changes in terms of certain revenue recognitions going up in other parts of the country where margins are a little lower than say in Mumbai. So there are various factors that have contributed to PAT margin growth being lower than say the overall top line growth. But if you look at EBITDA, we are kind of on an annualized basis in a range of 49% to 45%, and the 4% difference is primarily because of effective tax rate going up from 27% to 31%.
So Anita, what is the pipeline looking like? I mean, how much in terms of space will be launched by the company in the coming fiscal, and what is the expected average realization?
As I mentioned, we will be looking at close to 2 million square feet being launched this year. Realizations vary anywhere between 3,000 rupees in some markets right up to 10,000, 11,000 in other markets. So I would look at an average of about 4,000, 4,500 as being the sales order book that we're looking to realize. We're fairly optimistic about the year ahead. We have most of the projects that we hope to launch under design, already submitted for approvals, just waiting for approvals on some of the new projects, and we should be launching it during the year.
So how much land exactly do you have under development currently as of now, and what is the next project that you're going to be launching?
We right now have about, I mean, we wouldn't look at it in terms of land terms. The way we look at it is in terms of million square feet of development. So as I already mentioned, we have about 2 million square feet out of a total of 4 million square feet that would get launched during the year in terms of new projects. And then we have existing phases of, new phases of existing projects that would kick in. So all in all, about 8 million square feet of development that would start taking place from the month of April onwards into the whole of this year and next year. And in addition to this, we have a land bank of about 12 million square feet that is available with us for further development. The launches that we will see this year would be in Mumbai, in Pune, in Hyderabad and in Nagpur, being our 4 new launches.
Right. And Anita, could you give us an update on the monetization of the Chennai and Jaipur special economic zone projects, and how many new clients you added during the fourth quarter for these two SEZs?
Chennai added a total of 8 new clients during the year. Things have been going very well at the Chennai development. We today have about 57 clients, 35 of whom are operational, and about 25,000 people working out of there. In fact, exports grew by over 50% for the year. We today have 3,500 crores of exports happening out of the World City in Chennai. Jaipur again added about 6 clients during the year, and more importantly, Jaipur has seen 11 clients going into construction. So as against the 3 operational clients that we have at this point in time, we would see about 14 to 15 clients getting operational by the end of this year in Jaipur. So both the developments have been doing well, and we are optimistic about the year ahead for both of them.
Right, and you did mention, Anita, that Mumbai is one market where you are going to launch projects in the current financial year. There is a general sense that the Mumbai property market is softening. Is that something you'd go with?
Well, we haven't really experienced it in any of our projects at this point in time. We pretty much are stable on prices and on offtake. As far as the new project is concerned, we will launch it the minute we get the approval, so we'll have to look at pricing in terms of what's prevailing in the market and what we think we can command for the brand and for the product offering. I really do not foresee a significant issue. I think the bigger issue overall would be the way interest rates have been firming up and its impact on demand in terms of EMI affordability of the customer.
Okay, Anita, thanks very much for taking time out and joining in today and getting us all the perspective on how the quarter panned out and what is it going to look like in the future quarters ahead. We'll take a break.